And I'll respond on there, and we can talk on there too if you really disagree with something that I'm saying. So it's cool though. Go ahead and get at me on Twitter at I am Manny Wilson. All right, so we going on to the next topic because I want to leave James Harden alone. As much as I want to continue to argue and things like that with other people who are talking to me right now, I got to move on. So I'm gonna go into Giannis Antetokounmpo. People are comparing him to Shaquille O'Neal in terms of dominance. I see it. It's clear to me. I don't know if you watch Giannis a lot, but when I watch this dude play, I see nothing but dominance. I watched him last week when they played the Philadelphia 76ers. They ended up losing the game, but Giannis dropped 52, I think, or he put up 50. The man put up 50 points. And it was a point in the game where Giannis, he literally, everybody know who Ben Simmons is, 7-foot point guard. Everybody know who Ben Simmons is. So it was a point of time in the game where Giannis Antetokounmpo literally put this man in the post and just did him so wrong, like he was a 4-year-old child. Oh, it was just ruthless. And then put it down on his head. It was nasty. And look, if you don't know who Giannis Antetokounmpo is and you want to watch his highlights, just look up the Greek Freak. Look up the Greek Freak so you can see what I'm talking about. And this dude, it's crazy. Shaq likes him as well. And people talk about is he just as dominant as Shaq was? One thing though, I will say Shaq was damn near actually he was the most dominant player I've ever witnessed in my life in terms of not being able to be stopped at all, like regardless of what you do or regardless of what you bring to this man. Shaq was that kind of player. And when I watch Giannis, I see just about the same thing. Regardless of who you put on him, he's going to score the ball. Yes, I get it. He can't shoot. And people talk about this all the time, but it really bugs me when they say, oh, well, Giannis can't shoot. He's not going to be the best scorer in the league or the best player in the league until he gets a jump shot. I agree. He does need to get a jump shot. Him and Ben Simmons both need to get a jump shot because when they get a jump shot, literally nobody is going to be able to do anything about it. Teams are going to have way more problems than what they already have with these two guys. So I agree. Yes, they both need a jump shot. But when you talk about he got to get a jump shot, sometimes people really forget about the other things that Giannis Antetokounmpo does. Like he distributes really well. He has really good post work. He can run the floor. This dude moves fast at like 7'2" or something like that, and he's freakishly long. So when you say, oh, he needs a jump shot, he's not going to be great until he gets a jump shot. Just watch a few games. Just watch a few games. I'm not going to explode. Just watch a few games of the Greek Freak. Look it up, and you will see what I'm talking about. You will see what I'm talking about when I tell you it's watching him play. It looks so easy for him just to score the ball and just dunk on somebody. Literally, if he gets you anywhere within the free throw line, you're getting dunked on. If you don't move out the way, you're getting dunked on. And I watched him. Ben Simmons is a 7-foot point guard. 7-foot point guard, great ball handling. He's a tall dude, 7 foot. I mean, I'm pretty sure you know how tall 7 foot is. That's pretty tall. And Giannis is 7 foot as well. But when I watched Giannis literally take him to the cup and baby him like a 4-year-old child, it was ridiculous. And I think after that he screamed, "He's a baby." You gotta watch it to know exactly what he said. But he threw another word in there. But he said he's a baby. He just threw the word between a and baby. It's a word I'm not gonna discuss on the air. But if you watch it, he said it, and literally that just demonstrated how strong this dude is. Like this dude one guy, the guy that he dunked on is already 7 foot, and he's a pretty big dude. But when Giannis took him to the cup and dunked on him like a little baby, it was just like you can't even be mad at him. You can't be mad at the defender because, I mean, this dude is strong. He's dominant. He can jump. He can move fast. It's like I don't. What else can we do with him? And I will say, it's tough when you have to put your center on him down in the post just so you don't have to worry about your center getting babied as much. Like they put Joel Embiid, I'm still referring to the game over on, I'm still referring to the game that was against Philadelphia. But when they put Joel Embiid on Giannis Antetokounmpo in the post, it helped a little bit better. Giannis didn't baby him. And actually, I believe Joel Embiid got a few stops. But it's been other centers that still has gotten babied by the Greek Freak. And it's just amazing to me. And I bring up the Greek Freak, too, to talk about the Eastern Conference playoffs. I'm excited about it, but all season I was rolling with the Boston Celtics. I said their only problem was that Brad Stevens needed to figure out another game plan and figure out how to make sure everybody can maximize their talents. And they've been all right, but I think I'm leaving the Boston Celtics, man. I don't think I have faith in them anymore to do anything in the playoffs because of the Philadelphia 76ers. The 76ers is nice. And I knew they were good coming in, and I knew they were really nice coming in, especially after they got Tobias Harris. But it's like, man, they got so many weapons. I would not want to play that team. And I get, look, you might be a Toronto fan. You might think Toronto is going to the finals and things like that, but Toronto, they've been having little small injuries. I know Ibaka is a big part of that team, and he's been hurt a little bit. Milwaukee, I just got done talking about the Greek Freak and how dominant he is. He's amazing, but also he's missing the player Malcolm Brogdon, and Brogdon is a huge help on that team. That kid can score the ball, and he knows how to spread the floor. He can shoot the ball. So Milwaukee, they're facing a little bit of injury. Who else am I missing? Toronto? Yeah, no. The Boston Celtics. Yeah, I talked about the Celtics. I'm just losing faith in them because my only faith in the Boston Celtics right now is Kyrie Irving. I'm a big Kyrie Irving fan. That's the entire reason why I'm even like hoping the Boston Celtics do just a little bit of anything. But besides these main teams, Milwaukee, Toronto, and Celtics, nobody else is going to beat Philadelphia. It's right as of right now. I believe the Pistons would have to play Philadelphia first round, and I'm a big Pistons fan, and that's one thing I don't want, man. As a Pistons fan, I much rather the Detroit Pistons play Toronto. We beat Toronto all year, 3-0 through the season. Toronto hasn't beat us at home or at their place all season, so I much rather play Toronto I am a Pistons fan, so as a Pistons fan, I much rather play Toronto. But I don't want to see Philly, man. Philly has our card. Oh, it's bad. And Joel Embiid, what he does to Drummond every time they play, it's just it's sad to watch, man. It hurts me. It hurts me to watch what he does to Drummond every single time they play. Like I really fear that if the Philadelphia Sixers play the Pistons first round, that Joel Embiid might drop 40 each game. Like, we going to have to do something about that because Drummond can't guard that, man. And I know Drummond is confident and takes it on as a challenge, and Joel Embiid should bring out the best in him, but that's not what happens, man. Joel Embiid, we're talking about the best center in the league, and what he does to Andre Drummond, he makes him look silly, man. It's like I was talking about Giannis making Ben Simmons look like a 4-year-old child. That's exactly what Joel Embiid does to Andre Drummond. Makes him look goofy, man. And it's sad. It's sad because it happens every time they play each other. Every time. But staying healthy is the key. If the 76ers can stay healthy, them boys got a good shot at it. They actually got a good shot at it, especially if the Warriors are not the other team coming from that Western Conference. I hope the Warriors aren't the other team coming from that Western Conference. But if the 76ers stay healthy and depending on who they play coming on, because I know the Bucks, if Malcolm Brogdon returns, he'll be coming back around like the second round and things like that. He'll miss the first round of the playoffs because I think his ankle injury was about a 6-week, or I don't even know if it was an ankle injury, but it was like a 6-week outing where he had to sit and things like that. And actually, speaking of injuries, Giannis, he was out, or I think he was out the other night against the Lakers because of his ankle injury. And if the Bucks don't have Giannis, they can kiss any playoff hopes goodbye. They might as well just, it's over with. It's over with. If they don't have Giannis, they're not doing anything. But if Giannis by himself, maybe he might be able to get a few games against the 76ers if the two have to play each other. But it'd be tough. It'd be tough for him to bring it all home by himself. But I'd love to see him do it. I'd love to see that happen. I'd love to see it happen. Giannis, to me, after watching him play throughout more and more of the season, like I said earlier, I was rolling with James Harden, MVP. I'm switching it up. Don't get on me about switching it up. Everybody does it. Everybody switched their picks of who should get MVP. I guarantee you probably started off the season saying LeBron was going to get MVP. And look at him now. Ain't nobody worried about LeBron getting MVP. So don't come at me for switching up my MVP. I said Harden deserved it first, like earlier in the season. But as the season went on, man, I'm loving what Giannis is doing, man. And he just, the dominance that he possesses and the dominance that he plays with. And not only that, one thing I noticed, many players don't have that dog in them. Many players be good and they can score the ball and they nice, but they don't have that dog in them. Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Greek freak, he got that dog in him. And that's going to take him a long way because I know I said it, but if he gets that jump shot, it's over. He going to have the outside game, and he already pulls the three with confidence. Some of them just don't go in, but he pulls it with confidence. If you give him too much room, he's going to shoot that three, and it might go in. So he has that dog in him. He got post work. He's expanding his game more and more. Look at the transition we've seen just between one season last year or a few years ago. He was way skinnier, wasn't as strong as he is. He comes back this season, huge. Shoulders is pumping, arms is out. The dude looked like a whole different person. Looked like a grown man at this point, I should say. And he definitely plays like a grown man now comparing to what he did a few years ago. And I get he's fairly young, so he still has time. But that's my thing, man. That's where I'm. When people talk about him and Shaq and comparing him and Shaq, that's the thing. Giannis, he only way he has to go is up. All he has to do is continue to expand his game, and he's going to continue to be dominant. I'm going with Giannis, man. I want Giannis to get the MVP. That dude is nice, man. Look him up, the Greek freak. If you don't know what I'm talking, if you can't spell his name, because I'm sure nobody knows how to spell his name correctly, just search it up on YouTube, the Greek freak. That's all you got to do.